I am so excited. I've seen a rough cut of the film, but I haven't seen it in all of its glory. So I'm going to watch tonight for the first time. And Dan said the sound is really good in this theater. He's very excited. So I am too. Gosh, it's so special, you know. It's I think, you know, also what Dan has done with this franchise is so fresh and new. And I was such a fan of Prey. And so I'm really happy to be a part of it. And obviously, Arnold Schwarzenegger and his, I have pins from other previous Predator films on my leather jacket tonight. But it's really special, especially with this with Badlands, because it's a new take on it. You know, the Predator is the protagonist, and you really get to hear the history and the lore of him, and he becomes a character that you're actually rooting for, which has never happened in this franchise before. So I'm happy to be a part of that. Well, I have two parts. I have dual roles, but the one you see mostly on the poster, that's Thea, and she is a Wayland Yutani synth from the Alien universe, and she is quite fun. This is set in the in the future, the furthest future we've seen in the alien world. So she's the most kind of advanced synth that we've seen so far, which means she has very high emotions. They're the most kind of human-like so far that we've seen. So she has a very spunky personality and a lot of emotions and a lot of personality. And then I play another part, Tessa, who's quite different. So I got to do the Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap acting with myself, which is a bucket list for me for sure. Were a lot, probably more than I've ever had before on a film set. There was a lot of training. I mean, what's so amazing about these films is that it's all done practically, pretty much. I mean, of course, there's visual effects, but like when I'm the backpack and I'm with Demetrius back to back, we are physically hooked up with wires and we're flying through the air together. And we are, you know, there's a wheelbarrow that he pushes me up a hill, and we were really in New Zealand on these amazing set, so things were tangible, but we did have to do training for that. You know, a lot of a lot of rigs and action sequences, but I loved that challenge.
It is unreal. The crowd outside is pretty crazy. London's been treating me very well. It's my first time here. So yeah, man, I'm excited. I just can't wait for everyone to watch. He is a different kind of predator. He's a bit undersized. Kind of considered the runt of the litter, but I think what Dan's done really well with this film is, you know, taking a story that hasn't really been told, predator in a protagonist role as well, and yeah, making people root for the predator. That's something that really doesn't happen. The physical challenges, let me tell you, nah, it was physically tough. Just being in a prosthetic suit the whole time, you're constantly sweating. Had to wear like contacts. It blurred my vision, restricted my movement being in it. But I think it all just added a bit more authenticity to the character. You know, that's something that I think the Predator franchise prides itself on, is that they use practical effects. You know, these 20 years, it's a real person in the suit. You know, it's yeah, I think it just adds that extra element of you know, realism, and that audiences and fans really enjoy. It's an unlikely relationship, I'll be honest. I think it's the first time, one of the first times you see a predator yeah, team up with anything really. Their whole mantra is "Kia ose hiao yo yao changin," which means yao cha hunt alone. So yeah, there's a little bit of, he uses her as a tool essentially, to get through this death planet called Gena. And over the course of the film, you see how their relationship kind of changes, the dynamic. Yeah, because I don't want to say too much, but yeah, it's an unlikely ally. Oh, she's amazing. She's yeah, so down to earth, so humble, very kind. And yeah, she just knows what she's doing. Like she's such a good energy to have on the set. She comes to work every day, keen to get amongst it, and she had some really hard days on set as well. She had to wear a harness. She did it with a smile, did it so gracefully, and yeah, she's awesome. Audiences can expect some drama, some action. They can expect, man, everything. This film has so much to offer and unpack, and I think audiences, honestly, they're just gonna go in and I think be very surprised with what we've come up with. It's a very different Predator movie, very different premise. So yeah, I think they will really enjoy it.